I don't know if anybody's going to pop on here or not. That's okay. I would like it though if you would hit the like button. And if you like the content that I'm getting ready to share with you before you leave, hit the subscribe button. I would appreciate it. Share me out if you think that somebody that you know might want this information. So this is where I'm beginning my auditing. Um, I didn't know where to start. I didn't know what I wanted to do or how I wanted to handle it. So I started out because I don't have a lot of time to go out and actually record going to public places, like post offices, libraries, places like that. I don't have a lot of time to be able to do that because I work a full-time job. And um, by the time I get off work, everything's closed. So what I am doing is I have decided that I am going to do paper audit. And I thought, well, now what do I want to what do I want to audit? What do I want to know? What am I trying to achieve? So what I'm trying to achieve is and learn is more about my county and what's going on in my area. I watch a lot of YouTube and I see a lot of other people doing auditing. They do public records requests. They do all kinds of stuff. So I'm like, I really would like to know more about my own area. I'm learning everything about Texas and California and Ohio. I want to know more about North Carolina. And so this is really focusing on people who live in North Carolina. Um, so if you're interested in learning more about your area, what I did, this is what I have done, and this is where I'm going to try to help you the best that I can. So, of course, I didn't know where to start. So went in and did some research. Public records request, you do not have a specific form that you're going to use for a public records request. They do have forms. Most all of your local entities are going to have a request form that you can use, and a lot of them will push you to use those forms. Let me make this very clear. In the state of North Carolina, you do not have to. Now, I've not researched whether that's across all of the United States. I'm pretty sure that it is across all of the United States that you do not have to use a public records request form. You can handwrite it, you can have somebody else to handwrite it, you can email it, you can snail mail it, however you want to get it there. They have to accept it. But I do know in the state of North Carolina, there is not a requirement for a specific form. So, with that being said, I said, okay, I'm going to do an email. I really like ChatGPT. Okay. I'm a big ChatGPT person and I really like it, and I'm going to use it as much as I can. I do write well. I write better than I speak. So I'm sorry about the live. It's not going to be perfect or anything, but I do write better than I speak. But if I've got ChatGPT that can write it and pull those statutes and those laws for me, why would I not use that? Why am I going to work harder and not smarter? So that's my motto. Work smarter. I had it backwards. Work smarter, not harder. This is what I've done. So I picked 3 police departments in my county. And I said, okay, I want to know if what's the oaths of office requirements for North Carolina. So I pulled up the information, the laws concerning that. The laws are very, very vague in North Carolina when it concerns us, the oaths of office and the officers doing their positions, their official capacities. So after doing some digging, a lot of digging, um, you basically there's not a timeline for them to actually have a signed on record oath of office, which I disagree with that. It says a reasonable time. And that's not specific. I can pull the specific laws and the statutes for that. but it was not specific. It did not say they have 30 days or they have 6 months. It doesn't say that. So, I did find a statute, and it's, concerning the the statute doesn't say that they have to have the oath on their hire date, but they have to have the oath before they can do their official duty capacities. So, in other words, they can't go out here and work as a police officer unless oath has been taken and signed and recorded, okay? And so the potential violation for that would fall up under NCGS 128-5. So, but I'm really not happy with the way that the North Carolina statute set up and not have a dedicated time line for them actually having this done. And you'll understand why in just a moment. So I chose 3 police departments. On March the 11th, I sent my first email. Now, I've said I didn't know what to ask for. I didn't really know where I was going with this or how I was going to handle it. I had a pretty much game plan in my head, but it wasn't laid out very well. So I'm learning as I go, and but I want to help others not have to fight in that journey. Because when went on YouTube and went to other areas to search to see what I needed to do, there's really not any instructions. It's just like just fill out the request, or just email them and ask for it. But there's more than just asking for it. You got to know what you're asking for. So if you're asking for something specific, like you were pulled over in a traffic stop and you are requesting a specific date, a specific incident, if you have the CAD number or the incident number or whatever, you can go and ask for that stuff specifically. But in my case, I'm doing a general. I'm doing a general overall for these 3 cities in my county. So on March the 11th, I requested oaths of office for the officers in each of these cities. The first email that I got back, the only email that I got back from the 3 as to date, they were like, "Okay." I actually sent it to the town manager because it doesn't really I went online and tried to find out who actually handled that information. It didn't wasn't very plain. It's not very easy to find. Um, and so I sent it to the town manager. Well, the town manager sent me back an email with a form to fill out to request this information and forwarded my message over to the town clerk. So I knew that they couldn't require me to do the town clerk. So I sent back a very respectful email and let them know that I'm not going to be filling out the form. Please process my request as requested in this email. And the email was very, very nice, well written, respectful. Uh, I've never one time been ugly or anything. Okay. So that was on 3/11. That all happened in the same day. Okay. On 3/15, I got back the, let's see, I got back the oaths of office within like just a couple of days. I had all of the oaths of office. I've got them all right here in my hand. There's 21. Okay. 21 officers in that one city. So on 3/15, I'm like, well, when I got the oaths, I'm like, okay, I've got the oaths now. What am I going to do with it? Okay. So I decided, what am I going to do with it? Well, I needed a roster because I didn't know. I mean, I had all of this on here, but who's to say that was everybody? I don't know if they left anybody out or if they accidentally missed somebody. I have no way of knowing. I don't know what their hire dates are. I've just got these signed dates. So I said, okay, I need a roster. So on 3/15, I requested a roster. On 3/17, I received the roster. So I started going down the roster. Let me show you just a brief page. You can't really see the names or anything, but it's all public information. And I went down through this roster and went name by name, and I pulled because it's got their hire date on here. And then any of the oaths of office that were not lining up to be before. If their oath was after their hire date, I flagged it because that means that either they were transferred from one unit to another, one police department to another, they were promoted, or whatever, what have you. I don't know. Uh, and that's just it. I don't know. I don't know anything. I don't know why those oaths of office were signed after their hire date. So now my next question is, okay, so now what do I need to move forward from there? So the next thing I'm going to need is, well, I need the cat, I need the, can't think of the name of it. I need the dates that they performed their official duties as a police officer. So if they transferred from a clerical position and went to being a police officer that's pulling people over on the side of the road to do speeding tickets, I need to know the date that that position change happened, because that's actually the date that this sworn oath should match to. Okay. So I reached out and I thought, okay, I'm going to try to reach out and get this information. So I requested the information to the same person that I had asked for the oaths and the roster. She was amazing to work with, by the way. I don't, she's a public official. I don't think there's a reason why I can't give her name. I'll give her first name. Her first name is Kim, and this was in Carthage, North Carolina. She was amazing to work with. She was very, very, very efficient. I would email her, and if she could, she would email me the same day. No more than 2 days that I ever have to wait for anything. She was on it. And I really appreciated that, especially being this is my first time. I was like, this is amazing. If I can get all of them to respond like this will be awesome. Well, so far that's not happened. So she is above and beyond. And I will let you know, I will be sending in uh, a, a- an email to her superior, letting them know what a wonderful job she's done and how well she's handled this. Because if I'm going to report bad, I'm going to report good too. So I will be doing that on her behalf because she deserves that. She did her job well. So on 3/17, I sent an email requesting um, that specific date that they perform their actual official duty. On 3/18, that was on 3/17. On 3/18, Miss Kim reached out. She sent me an email. I was CC'd in on it. She was actually contacting. She's emailed the chief of Carthage because he's going to have that information. So she says, I'm going to need your help with this. So he sends me an email back. So now Kim's stepped out of the picture for at this point. She's done her processes of what she has access to. He comes back to me and explains to me about if they're transferred, if they, the different things. He said, and the problem is he doesn't have that information because they do not have an in-house dispatch system. So it's a county-wide CAD system. So he put in the email the link that I needed to go to and request the information. So the same day, 3/19, I went to the website and I requested the information. On the same day, 3/19, I received a reply back by email that they needed because I was requesting 9. There was 21 total police officers. I was only requesting 9 specific dates that they were started their official capacity. Okay. So out of it said that they would need their original unit number that they were given. Okay. At the time that they what was performing the police duty activities. Okay. They don't have that. So then I had to send an email back to the chief requesting the original unit numbers given to them so that they can pull the the first time that they got a call, because some of it goes back several years. I haven't heard anything back. Now, that's, today's what, the 28th? Today's the 28th. So I requested that on the 19th. We'll wait and see how that goes. But as of to date, I haven't heard anything. I'll give them, plenty of time. I usually give at least 2 weeks before I reach back out and try to follow up on it. So in this case, on 3/11, it was my original emails to all three of these police departments. So the other two police departments that I have reached out to is Vass, Moore County, North Carolina, and Robbins, Moore County, North Carolina. Now, I sent the original emails out on 3/11. No response, like I don't exist. Okay. On 3/19, I did a follow-up. The follow-up email, because what I didn't know in the beginning, I knew by March the 19th. So I did the follow-up video. I mean, video email. I did the follow-up email, and then I added to it. I said, I'm following up. I'm asking this. Very polite, very nice. And I also included, so it was the oaths of office, the roster, and their official duty dates that they started officially being a police officer, okay, or their unit number, either one. So that was sent on 3/19. I'm probably going to give them till probably about probably 4/13, April the 10th through the 15th, probably around the 15th, 13th, 15th is probably when I'll reach out to them by phone call. And find out, are you receiving my emails? Is there an issue? You know, what's the problem? What do I need to do? I've requested it twice. I've received zero response. It's been a month. That's a very sufficient amount of time for somebody to at least respond that you are alive on this earth. If I don't hear anything from that point, I will be checking the each city's um, public records policies, escalation steps, and appeal processes. I'm going to do this the right way. And I want to lay it out for y'all so that if you're interested in doing something like this, because this really learns about communication with their citizens. They're here for me, okay? I'm here and I pay them. They're not doing it for free. They're getting paid to be there for me. I'm also willing to pay whatever fees or whatever they have for the records if it's necessary. Now, like when I got the email back concerning the CAD, the person said that once they do get the information and they pull that information, that there would be a charge for that, and I would have to come and pick that up in person. It is not available by electronic method. That's fine. I don't mind paying for something that I'm asking for. Police officers are being paid through my tax money, and I pay a whole lot of tax money, okay? The least they can do is send me an email and say, "Thank you for your request. We will work on this and we will get back to you as soon as possible or within a month." Tell me something. Don't just ignore me and act like I'm not here, because you're not going to get good feedback on me. And I will come on here and tell exactly where you are, who you are, and why I am upset. So right now, I'm not upset. I'm not upset about it. I don't understand why they couldn't at least send me a follow up. Why couldn't they at least send me an email? Hey, you should, we'll get with this within a certain, this X amount of time, or we're working on this. something. Thank you for your email. I mean, they could do a simple email response. Thank you for your email. At least I would know that they received it. At this point, I don't even know that they received the email. It didn't bounce back. And I sent it to what's on their website. And I sent it to that chief. I sent it to the chief's email, I think, as well in that one city. So it's not like they didn't get it. Okay. I'm pretty sure they got it. All right. Next up. Um, so what I'm trying to look at this is just to making sure that they're in compliance, that there's accountability, that there's transparency. I want to know that my county is doing what they're supposed to be doing, what they're being paid to do. I can tell you as of right now, I'm very pleased with Carthage. Um, Now, with that being said, I haven't gotten all the information back yet. And like I said, we have 12, Carthage has 12 full time police officers and 9 temps. So that's 21 total. Okay. Out of the 21, 9 officers' dates and oaths do not match up. Hire dates and oaths do not match up. That doesn't mean that they're not in compliance. That just means I need to look into it. That's 42.86% for just that one city. Hopefully, it'll be less than one person that is, I'm hoping that it's zero. I want to be able to give Carthage a 100 on everything across the board because they have they have really helped me and showed me, led me. They've led me through this guide because there's not a guide, and that's why I'm here. I want to give y'all a guide on how to do it. So next up, this is the last thing, and I'm done. You've been on here. I want to thank everybody for being on here. I do appreciate you. I have I have a website. It's called beacons.ai /Brandy Swaney. BRANDY Swaney, SWANEY. I will put this in, see if it'll let me. I'm new to the YouTube live. I don't know how it lets you do things. Um, I will put it, if I can't put it on here, if I can't pin it or something like I can on Facebook, I'll put it in the comment section so that you can go to there. But it's beacons.ai /Brandy Swaney. You can go there. There's a link. It's going to pop up a box and it's going to ask for your email. Click out of that one and then it's going to open up the page. Okay. When it opens up that page, if you look to, I think it's to the right hand side, it's got, or even down below, I'm not sure. If you go to the links, there's one on there that says free records request. Click on that and it will give you free like a form, a records request form that you can download and print off. Okay. It's totally free. I just made it easy for you to get. Okay. There's also other links on there that you can go and look at. There's some bundles on there as well. Please check it out. I'd appreciate it. If you have any questions, if you need to get up with me, just send me a message. I will respond to you. I will not ignore you. Um, and I do appreciate everybody. And I hope that we can get back into being part of our communities because that's what I'm trying to do. I don't know much about Moore County because I was actually from Randolph County. I know more about Randolph than I do Moore. I want to learn more about Moore and what's going on here. Um, so this is the only way I know how to really look and see how the government's doing. I'm going to start looking at maybe some com- uh, committee meetings, uh, the minutes, getting the board meeting minutes, things like that, because I'm not able to attend the meetings, and I don't think that many of them are online. Most of them are not live or are recorded online. Most of them are you have to be there in person. And of course, I can't do that. So I don't get to go. So anyway, I just want to thank everybody. Thank you. Once I get some updates, I will come back. I will update. We'll do a part 2 on this. You won't have to listen to all this other mess. But I just wanted to get out here and let you know that Sw- Swaneys Media is going to step forward, and we're going to move and see what we can find out about Moore County. And I am focusing mainly on North Carolina. That doesn't mean that I won't look into another state. If you contact me and you say, hey, I really need some help with whatever in whatever state, I will definitely try to help you. Um, I will do the research, I will break it down, and I'll work with you. Okay. Because I want everybody to be involved. We're here, we're just living, and this government has run amok. And it's not just Washington. Okay, it's a lot of Washington, but it's not just Washington. It's in your little town, it's in your county, it's in your state, it's all across the whole United States. This this government has run amok. And if we don't start participating and dialing it in and start becoming more um, focused on what's going on, I'm afraid it may be it'll get to the point that it's too late to do anything about it, to try to correct any issues. So, thank you for watching. I appreciate you. I hope you have a wonderful weekend. And if you would please hit the like and subscribe. I do appreciate you. Thank you so much.